Okay, another real quickie today. This is my son's W202 C230K. He just had a windshield put in, so I had the wiper out. And while it was out, I decided to check the, excuse me, the wiper wasn't parking properly. It would, you'd turn it off and it would just keep going for another 10, 15 swipes of the windshield. It would just keep going and going and going, eventually stop itself. And it wouldn't run on intermittent. So, checked all the fuses, connections, figured those weren't wrong. I was assuming it was something inside the contacts inside the motor, and I was correct, luckily. So I'm going to show you how I solved it and how I figured it. And this is if your windshield wiper either is kind of intermittently turning on. It could have been the combination switch on the steering wheel, which it was not. This time it was inside the motor. So this is just one of the things you can check if you're having the same type of problem where your windshield wiper just doesn't want to shut off. It just wants to keep going once you turn it on. So I'm going to remove all these little, I've got some of them off because I just put this back on after I made sure that the problem was gone. So anyway, these are the little Phillips screws all around the top of the motor assembly with the brushes underneath. So I'm going to pull these off and I'll be back to you in 2 seconds. Okay, so all the screws are out of this, and now we're just going to gently lift the top off. There's two little connectors in here that just kind of push in, and then this will come off and the gasket will come out with it. And now, you're going to look here, and here's the two contacts for the motor. I bent these slightly downward. You know, they're up like this, they're spring-loaded. I bent them slightly this way, but they were coated in the grease that's in there, but they were also coated in, they were all black, meaning that it's basically carbon tracking over the years. This was all blackened grease from the wiper moving back and forth over the year. It's slowly sanding and sanding and sanding. You get fine metallic particles embedded in the grease, and these little grooves, these little grooves here, these little stoppers where the contacts won't hit metal, they were so full of metallic particles, like fine sanded metallic particles from going back and forth over the years. They're creating their own contact. So basically, I just cleaned this off, put a light coating of dielectric grease on there, put it back together, especially clean out in these little grooves. See the three little slots there, and then this slit here. Anyway, clean out in there and put it back together, and it's a pretty good shot that it's going to work again. And like I said, all it was basically doing was when it would get to this point where the contact wasn't supposed to be touching anything and wasn't supposed to be making contact and continuing to go, the grease had enough filed down metallic particles in it to make contact with the metal part, and it just continued to go. So anyway, thanks for watching. That's basically all it is. Clean this off. It was all blackened grease. There's barely any there anymore. I did, like I said, I cleaned it off, cleaned out the little slots, and put some more dielectric grease on there, put it back together, and hopefully that solves your problem. Thank you for watching.